Hi everybody, Anita here. You see those fingers? That means we're making decals. That's the silicone mat that I use to make my decals on, and I start by putting down an even layer of Double Duty. That's a Sally Hansen product. It's a base and top coat all in one, and that's what I use to make my decals. I'll be making 4 decals today because I only need 3. If you need 3 decals and you make 3 decals, you're going to mess up one and need a 4th. So just make one more than what you think you'll need, and then you'll never need the last one. Just Murphy's Law. That's the way it always goes. So what I do is just put a nice even layer of the polish down, and again, it's a top and base coat. This video is sped up for your viewing pleasure, so you don't have to sit here all day and watch me make decals. This is a lot of fun though. I love making decals. It's one of the things that I love to do most. Once everything is dry, and you will run over them with your finger and make sure that they're dry, we're going to start stamping. This is a Moyu London plate, Holy Shapes, and I believe this is from their collection. I think it's number 10, and if I'm incorrect, forgive me. I will put all the information in the description box below. The polish that I'll be using to stamp with is Funky Fingers Dark Night. And I love this polish because it's not too heavy. So it's going to give you a nice thin line or outline for your decal. Sometimes the stamping polishes themselves can be quite heavy and give you a thicker look than you may be looking for. So you just polish your polish onto the plate. Just scrape it just lightly with your scraper. You're going to use a light flicking motion to pick up that polish, and then what you do is just stamp it directly onto that polish that's on your mat, which is now your decal. Cleaning up in between. Some people don't, but I do clean up in between. I showed you the first time, but then I just edited out the rest for time. Next, I'll be taking some regular nail polish, and this is Licorice by Essie. And I'm going to take a large dotting tool, and I'm going to use that to fill in the circles. I'm going to alternate the black in different circles, and then I'll have a second color to go along with that. If you get enough polish on your dotting tool, you don't really have to do that circular motion I found later on. Just put a dot, and that will work just as well. The secret with making good decals is to let them dry completely. I have a video, and if I can remember which one it is, I'll put a card up, and you'll see what happens if you don't let it dry completely. It's a little tacky when you pull it up, and it could make it a little more difficult just for placement. So do let them dry completely. Now for my second color, I'll be using another Funky Fingers polish, and this one is Pop Artist, and this is a beautiful neon pink. I love this color. And again, just generously load your dotting tool and use that to fill in the dots. Now these are the colors I chose. Of course, if you choose to make these decals, you make them whatever color you want. You can make them all solid, one solid color, as I will do with the last 2, or you can mix and match. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. While I have a few minutes here, I'm just going to thank you guys for watching. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I upload a video, and that's once a week. Always on the weekend, usually a Sunday, sometimes a Saturday if I get my edit in. Next, I'll be using just that pink color to do the final 2 decals. These Moyu London plates are really nice. They are such detailed plates. They might be a little costly, some of them, but they are really, really beautifully designed plates. Now to remove the decal, you're just going to run around the edge of it with your tweezer or with a wooden stick with a point on it, just something to loosen it from the silicone pad or silicone mat. I'm just putting a fast drying top coat on my nails, and you'll see on those two I do have a skin barrier on. My base color for this mani is Sally Hansen Insta Dry, white on white and black to black. Okay. Beautiful base colors. I wanted something that was going to dry quickly. If you know you're going to be doing it, I'm sorry, it's white on time and black to black. So now you're just going to take your decal and you're going to press the side that you want up onto the stamper. This will give you no doubt where that decal is going to go. You can see exactly where you're going to put it. You just press it lightly and your decal is down. It's stuck. Now what I do is I wait a little while for that top coat to dry a bit, and then I put my decal on. I don't want to put it on while it's still really wet. So I'm just going around the decal now to separate it from my skin with a cuticle tool. And it looks like I'm pressing really hard, but I'm really not. And once you have that trimmed away the way you'd like it, just take scissors and trim off the excess at the end. And then just remove the cuticle tape. And there you go. Comes off really nicely, right? Comes off really clean. Now what you're going to do is just press it around the edge of your nail, and then using a cleanup brush with either nail polish remover or acetone, you're just going to go around the sides of the decal, around the cuticle, and then underneath the nail, and that will melt that decal a bit and help it to stay in place and stick, as well as cleaning up any excess that you may have on your skin. So once again, just going to loosen that decal from the mat, grab it, and then just slide it off. Comes off pretty easily. Place the side you want up, down on the stamper. I don't want that to be confusing. So the side that you want to see is the side that you put down on the stamper. And then stamp that on your nail again and do the kind of separating there with the cuticle tool, trimming again any excess, and then just using your cleanup tool again to add your nail polish remover or acetone. I tend to use nail polish remover. Acetone's really dry for me, and there's not a lot of cleanup that you have to do when you do it this way with the cuticle guard, so the cleanup is pretty minimal for that, and it's really a good trick. I like that a lot. Now for the other nails, I'll just be using one part of the design, one part of the decal. And you'll see what I do with that in just a second. That's lovely. Again, separate that decal, take your time, don't stab your mat, and just be careful so that you don't tear your decal. Nice. So what I'm going to do is just trim away the part that I don't need, and then I'm going to cut those rows into individual sections. Good. Once I have that separated, I'm just going to place it on my stamper and then stamp that on my finger. I have not put any additional top coat on my nails, so even though it's dry, it's still very receptive to taking that decal. So again, I'm just going to go over the decal a bit with some nail polish remover to adhere it to the nail, and then underneath the front, and just clean off by the cuticle. This is for a challenge that I do. A challenge, actually, it's not a challenge. It's a collaboration that I take part in. It's called AZ Nail Art Challenge, and you can find that on Instagram under the hashtag AZ Nail Art Challenge. And there are different themes every month, and this month's theme was decal. So I was really excited about that. Now that we could have used any type of decal, water decal, or we could have made our own. And I chose to make my own, some beautiful designs. You guys should check it out if you're on Instagram. And don't forget to check me out too, because I'm on Instagram too. Again, all the information will be in the description box below. Once you have everything on and your design is the way you'd like it, just give a final top coat. And for this I am using the no smear top coat because again, those decals are made with nail polish, they will smear. Great, once you have everything done, you're done and done. I have a couple of pictures for you at the end, one shiny and one matte. I told you I'm all into matte manis now. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.